Hey guys, this is Derek. So I decided to do a PowerPoint video, make it easier, make it clear, and visual effects always help. So as you can see, the name of the company that's making my product and or solution is Cannabreathe. The motto says, "Our technology will help you stay calm, breathe in, and sleep if you have a problem doing any of that by relaxing and inhaling some cannabis." And if you can't tell from that, obviously, the solution is based around cannabis itself. So that brings me to the problem and the reason why I decided to pursue it. Uh, just like me, hundreds and thousands of Americans suffer from issues with sleeping. 50 to 70 million Americans have a sleeping disorder. That means 25% of Americans have trouble sleeping 15 out of the 30 days a month. Do you know how crazy that is? I used to suffer from sleep paralysis. It was terrifying. You'd wake up in the middle of the night, you couldn't move, you thought you were hallucinating, really, and it's just all in your head. And it's just really frightening. A lot of people can't go back to sleep, or even if it's not something like that, a lot of people just have issues sleeping. You could be a grown adult, you could be a child. Sometimes sleeping is an issue for a lot of people. So that brings me to my solution, my product. A lot of people are very, iffy about cannabis itself. Statistically, around over 60% of Americans feel that it should be legalized. And there are plenty of countries that have legalized it or have never criminalized it, really. Um, and when it comes to the U.S., we're split between states and federal government. It's a really big issue and complicated issue. But at least in the state of Florida, we have medical cannabis approved, so we can stick to that for now. Me myself, I came back from Amsterdam around 2 months ago, where cannabis is legal to grow, to smoke, whatever the case is. And me myself, I've put it to the test in regards to sleep, and it's benefited me so. And I can imagine it'll benefit hundreds and thousands of other people that want to try it, but are unable to because of our laws. And essentially, the idea is a nebulizer, kind of like a breathing machine, similar to those who suffer from asthma use prior to going to bed. It helps them obviously breathe, but it helps them go to sleep, so that everything's a little bit easier. But the idea is to infuse THC cartridges and other things such as lavender or valerian root, subtle things that can go into your system and help you have a deeper, calmer sleep. For people who have any really kind of sleeping disorder, cannabis is different for everyone. So obviously, depends who you are, depends your age, depends your condition. And the idea is to have an invisible vape rather than smoke, because a lot of people are controversial. They don't like smoke, which is fine. But the idea is to have a vape that just goes through your system clean and as if you could barely feel it, and for you to have a deeper sleep. And the idea behind the machine itself is to be less expensive than a custom mattress that a lot of people would order for sleeping issues, but the cartridges should be cheap enough so that you can refill them without having an issue to do with finances. So I thought it was important to include this little graphic here that explains the 4 stages of sleep. Specifically, what I wanted to point out was this stage right here, the REM sleep stage. And so during that stage, you have REM sleep patterns where it's kind of like brain waves, right? It's radio waves that go up and down. You have these spikes when your brain is active while you're sleeping, and that's when dreams happen, and your eyes just start moving around. And during this stage, a lot of people wake up because it's an overactivity of your brain. And so cannabis allows just a steady flow while you're sleeping to prevent you from waking up. And it helps from 15 to 40% of people who use it. So there's a benefit to that. So just to go quickly over this, because I know I'm over 4 minutes now. just the general people who would use it. There are over 70 sleeping disorders known. And as you can see, according to the chart, more of our youth use cannabis than the rest of the age population, really. And it just goes to show that it really could be for anybody. Weed can essentially help a lot of people if used in the correct manner. Just to go over the alternatives, these are a few alternatives that you can take to help you go to sleep. Melatonin, well, the thing is, it's advised to use less than 2 years because it could lead to other side effects. And, there's other things like sleeping tabs that show irregular sleeping pattern, and, they're only temporary issues that don't really essentially help. It just kind of make things worse. Hey guys, we reached the end of the slide. I just want to give you a special thanks to you guys who watched this video, who went through the time and actually listening to what I had to say. But this isn't a joke. Cannabis has helped millions of people. It's a large industry. It's a $120 billion industry. It's huge. So it has helped people. It's not just for recreational use for people to get high. It has its health benefits. And whether you have trouble sleeping or you know someone else who has trouble sleeping, this might be for you.